Sweet.
I don't know how to
JP,
get rid of mine.
You love Dude Where's My... JP, if you're just tuning into the Belligerent Beavs podcast, episode 146, welcome. And of course you're just tuning in because we just hit record. And JP has given himself the equivalent of a tattoo on Riverside FM. A very regrettable tattoo that I hope is not showing up on our YouTube screen or our Spotify screen.
Wait, you can't get rid of it?
I think that's just an internal thing.
Get rid of it.
There are certain things you can't get rid of, and this is one of them.
This is good for the pod. This is good.
Oh, there
it is. It's gone.
Yeah.
But a certain
wow.
very vulgar, very expletive phrase was on JP Brickham's chest. The type of thing we would never say on this show. The Belligerent.
Yeah, right.
How much money do you think it would take someone to offer me? I think both of you guys could do this. But how much money do you think would need to be on the table for me to get through a full episode of this show completely profanity free?
Oh.
If someone's like $20, I'd be like, I could do it, but then I'd forget. It would need to be like a life-changing sum of money. And when I say life-changing, I mean, even at this very privileged, very fun point of our lives, $1,000 is still a life-changing sum of money. If I just have $1,000 more dollars, I'm for sure getting a PS5 and at EA Sports EA College Football 25 and playing with Benny for 24 hours the first day we can.
Oh, I can't wait.
How about that for you? And I still haven't sworn yet. Fuck you guys.
Yeah,
dude,
you.
Damn it! And there my light fell down. That's the moment.
Dude.
Sorry for our new.
Oh, that
viewers.
Is funny.
Our viewers. This light lasted. Hold on.
You guys heard that, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
2 goddamn minutes.
I never know if the soundboard
works
works
show.
for everyone else. Or
It
not.
does sometimes. It is tonight.
The
soundboard's good
the
tonight.
soundboard, if we can hear it, it means you're not being too mean to me. When you
Terry,
try to be really mean to me,
Oh yeah, that's when I
it's
hide
when
it.
I
save it for
or it's
post-production.
just for you and Ben. You turn my speakers off for like a quick second.
I think
feel
this
like
show, this show is like, you know, at the doctor's office where I have that like.
The show is like the doctor's office.
The orange triangle that they
More like
hit
the
the top of
dentist.
your knee with, right?
Oh yeah.
This show's like that, and
Yeah.
and you using profane language is like your leg,
Your knee
kicking.
working.
You can't
Yeah.
not. Yeah, if someone paid
That's
you
like
$1 million to not kick
reaction
your
test.
knee,
What is that
Yeah.
called? Oh no. This is the part of the
the-
podcast
Yeah.
we look things up.
Dr. Johnson is gonna be in our mentions in 5 seconds. Like, seriously, guys.
definitely not as fun. Definitely not as fun of as the part in the doctor's
reflexes
visit where
test.
they look into your
reflex
ears.
test.
Does that?
Yeah.
This show is like the ear infection exam.
No. Is that
man,
like?
my kid has an ear infection?
If you
Literally has
listen to one or more episodes of the Belligerent Beavs, you may be entitled to financial compensation for damage it has done to your ears.
Yeah. Send all complaints to the University of Oregon. in
Yeah.
Eugene, Oregon.
They've got to have a medical school, right? Or some kind of school? I don't know.
Do they have a school?
Do they have a school?
Not a real one.
Seriously asking.
Yeah, not a real one.
Anyway, see, we weren't the only people who didn't remember what the little knee test was because it's in Men's Health from 9 years ago. And it's, why do doctors really hit your knee with the tiny rubber hammer? Every time you get a physical, the doctor whacks your knee with that little rubber tomahawk. What's he actually doing? And honestly, I think it's all for just fun. It's kind of like one of those, like, you know, party gags where you make people do things. You go, see, it worked, but really, it's just like natural that it happens.
That's like what you make
like,
Betty
"Look
and
how good
I do
am."
for the first 25 minutes we ever sign on Riverside FM.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
let me try. No, now I can move you guys on top of me. Now I can change names. Now look at this. this weird phrase that's on top of me.
It's a Riverside litmus test.
Do those tiny rubber hammers have other uses, or are millions of those manufactured worldwide just to bop people on the knee?
For hammering tiny, more rubbery nails.
Building small rubber houses.
If you have a delicate nail that you need to delicately hit into a surface, that's what they're used for.
Yeah,
but when they look into your ears, does that feel really good to you guys too? That's like my favorite part of the documentary.
Do you remember?
I think you're sharing more than you're intending to share right now.
I do remember. I do remember what you're about to talk about.
Story. This leads to such a good story.
I do remember.
This is before TikTok, before YouTube. Well, I guess after YouTube, but before it was like a viral video sensation.
Yeah.
Somehow Benny had heard about clearing your ears out by using fire. And the whole premise was that you take like a newspaper and you roll it into like a cone shaped, I don't know,
like just a cone. Yeah.
Yeah, like a cone. Like a 3-dimensional cone. One end is really narrow and it fits in your ear. The other side is wider.
I want to go on the record as not remembering this.
Yeah. No, you weren't here for this, I don't think.
Yeah, this may have been in the summer when we were in Corvallis by ourselves.
This summer when I was working and you guys were making diss tracks and fire in your ears.
Yeah. And so he literally comes. I'm like in the kitchen, like cooking, and he goes out to the back door and he comes back in with this rolled up newspaper thing. And I don't even think it was a newspaper. I think it was like one of those like mailer inserts that you just like get with like a catalog.
Just has like a nice glossy finish to it that is not conducive for fire at all.
That's quality grade paper, but you're definitely burning some
some major
some
chemicals.
Yeah.
And he was like, hey man, he had it like sticking out of his ear like a cone, like he was like an old man using like a 1910s like hearing aid. And he's like, can you light this on fire for me? And I was like, what?
You're everyone out there. Quick sidebar: if you think of who your best friend in the world is, if that person has never asked you with zero context at it, hey, will you light this on fire for me? They're not your best friend.
Yeah,
that's friendship.
He did quickly explain though, like I just saw this. It helps like clear out your ears. I want to see if it works, and I was all about it. Even though I was laughing,
it sounded like it could work.
I'm going to burn your ear off, and there's no way we start a podcast together 14 years from now. So yeah,
if this works, and the fire burns really hot, it's aimed directly to your brain. It's just gonna
starting to explain
smolder
so
down
many
into
things.
your brain. But we lit on fire, and you hopped around a little bit as it got very close to your head. But other than that, I think it was a success that we didn't burn your face on fire. However, I don't know if it worked.
No, it did. Well, I agree. It was a success because it
didn't kill you.
Yeah, but it did not work.
And
it was supposed to suck.
Down.
It was supposed to suck the earwax out from a change.
Yeah,
it's like a change in pressure.
Yeah,
it didn't work. But I still do like when doctors stick that thing in your ear.
Ever since that day, you had so much fun with me.
Stethoscope.
I'm
the closest thing you can get is the doctor's stethoscope.
It's like that, and when they line you up at a haircut and they use
that is a way different sensation.
Oh God, it feels so good. That's my favorite part.
I do love that. I love getting my haircut.
Yeah.
I'm getting my haircut on Friday. I'm very excited.
But
Betty, and you colored it this weekend.
But then look, I used a little too much bleach. I got like a little bleach burn.
Oh,
yeah.
Yikes!
Yeah,
I don't have any burns to update you guys for Benny's ear burn.
We have
JP's
chemical
burn.
burns, fire burns. What else is there?
I'm just staying unburned. And
lame.
I know it's boring. I didn't know that story was a thing because I wasn't there and I hadn't heard it.
Yeah,
Benny, I was alluding to you, like you're revealing like something you like A little bit too much. You like it when the doctor puts that thing in your ear?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of nerve endings in the ear.
Oh,
if you were
pull it out now, put it back in.
Right.
Do it again.
Right.
One more time.
I think I have more wax in there.
Turn on.
Kind of. For the right person. Everything's a
Probably.
turn on.
Yeah.
Hey, no shame. No shaming here. I'm not
We
shaming.
are an anti-kink shaming podcast for sure. Unless we're talking to each other and are discovering new kinks, like JP set my ear on fire, please.
Yeah.
I think
We have a
it might
picture
help
of that
us grow
somewhere.
closer.
We do have a picture of that somewhere.
It's somewhere, yeah. With a cone, you're like tilted over, aiming your ear towards the stars. As
I think Pat the Bat
at the top of the wick.
I think Pat the Bat was there that night. I think
that
was it.
Explains all of it.
Yeah. I was gonna say, it might have even been the same night where he realized he had to work the next day back in Bend, and it was like 2 a.m, and he was like, "Dude, there's no way I'm getting back to Bend." He's like, "What do I tell my boss?" And then I what did he say? He was like, "I'm just gonna tell him I got a huge fight." And then I was like, "What?" He's like, "Hit me in the eye. Hit me in the eye." I'm not gonna hit you in the eye, man. He's like, he grabs my Bat Day, my Candlestick Park limited edition Bat Day bat. That was a Barry Bonds bat, and he was like, "Hit me in the eye with this." I was like, "That's way worse than just poking you in the eye, man. Are you kidding me? I'm not gonna do that."
Right. You want a black eye. You don't want me to kill you.
Yeah. I just nearly lit Benny's ear on fire. I'm not gonna puncture your eye out with a wooden baseball bat.
We're testing luck too hard right now.
I was gonna say that's
was
the
college.
limit.
That was college.
That is a very good. Yeah.
Over.
It really was.
Over again. Speaking of, shout out to all the grads, all the Beaver grads.
Yeah.
They walked.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to
kids.
Steven Jackson doing the the graduation speech. What's it called?
That's
it has
commencement
speech.
The commencement address.
By far the coolest commencement speaker out of all
Ever.
university commencement speakers. Yes.
I can't even tell you who ours was. Sorry, person. I don't mean to be offensive, but I just
I looked it up recently. It was some successful software guy.
Jensen.
It wasn't
Jensen. It was not Jensen. We love how we call him.
A missed opportunity.
Yeah.
At that point,
J-Bone? Was it
J-Bone?
No, it wasn't. It was fine, but not as cool as Steven Jackson.
No, definitely not that cool.
We could talk more about setting fires inside of our own ears even longer, because we are officially in the complete Beaver athletics off season. There is still stuff to talk about, but this is where the podcast gets fun. It's it's open season on nonsense, which is a way you can describe the show at all times. But even
we
now,
should open up the Bebe's phone line again.
We should open up the Bebe's phone line again.
Should.
Yeah.
Can we play voicemails over the air if we open up the Bebe's phone line?
Technology has changed since the last time we tried this.
Technology
and voicemails are no longer just recorded on a little tiny cassette tape in a cassette tape recorder hooked up to your home phone. They're actually on the internet, Terry. We could play them anywhere.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
Cool. Yeah. Don't freak out.
Not trying to.
Just throw your world.
I can't. No, I need to go back to a time when I didn't have this information. Please hit me in the face with a Barry Bonds bat. Can you acquire one of those on the internet on this internet thing you're speaking of? That'd be
maybe, but mine was unfortunately stolen. Oh no, was it? Yeah, it was. No, wait, was it? The one that I had 2 baseball bats. One was from when I was born, and it was stolen. The same thieves that stole our pumpkin ice cream stole my baseball bat with my name engraved on it from my birth.
Yeah.
Those fucks.
That was in between them putting booping the pumpkin ice cream on my nose and literally ripping your CPU out of the wall. as all the cords are like snapping. And apologies to Nick DeWitt. I did think you were one of Nick DeWitt's. I thought he was one of the guys that was robbing us, but it was just another very
he was like,
tall
bro,
guy
I'm in
with
Turkey.
a beard.
Yeah, I'm balling in Turkey right now.
Yeah, he's playing professionally.
17th Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah. Whoops, my bad.
He was really tall. I'm surprised. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
If you're that tall, I guess if you're that tall, then robbing people might be a good strategic move, because then people just be like, oh, he was on the basketball team because he was like 6'8". And it's like, nope, I'm just tall. I'm not athletic. So that's why I'm stealing shit from people. And was it the tall guy who booped you on the nose?
Tell Jeremiah Masoli that.
It was not the tall guy that booped me on the nose. I forget who that was.
It's probably a good thing. I don't think we need to relive that story much longer. I guess it's funny now.
It is funny now.
Did it ruin pumpkin ice cream for you? Have you had pumpkin ice cream again since that incident?
I don't know if I have. I wouldn't say it ruined it for me. No. I would probably think about it the next time I have pumpkin ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think we covered everything we need to cover on the 146th episode of the Belligerent Beavs Podcast.
That's all we got.
No stones left unturned. No, thank you, though, listener and viewer, for tuning in to this episode of the Belligerent Beavs Podcast. Wherever
subscribe and like
you are consuming us, whether this be live on YouTube, on the Spotify video, which is a fun little thing, or just on audio on Apple or wherever. I know there are a bunch of other places people get podcasts, and we appreciate you hanging out with us wherever you are. This would be a great time to leave us a 5-star review on whatever medium that is, whether it be YouTube. Can you 5-star shit on YouTube, or is it just like shit? Just like us on YouTube.
No, you can just subscribe
like it.
Subscribe.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash.
You can't 5-star. You can just smash. Smash, star, like, subscribe.
Where do you guys get your podcasts from?
I'm a Spotify man.
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
I've really liked the YouTube algorithm lately. Honestly, it does.
Dude,
a really
I'm
good
on
job.
YouTube so much.
Yeah,
like that. Right. That is by far. I have Roku, which is like.
Well, I can't multitask when I'm on YouTube. If I'm on YouTube, I'm on YouTube, and that's what I'm doing. Like that's the activity.
Yeah.
But I was surprised by this. Because I found out today that last week we had like 10% of our YouTube plays were on TV screens.
Oh, wow.
Only 10%?
Well, how often? Most people don't really. Most people.
When you listen to a podcast, you don't like turn on your smart TV and then go to YouTube. And then, it's usually a handheld device type thing, or on your laptop or maybe on your
laptop. Yep, exactly. But 10% sat in their living rooms and plugged this in on their.
If anyone has a Belligerent Beavs viewing party anywhere, that's awesome, and we will send you something. I don't know if merch will be enough. We might just send you money.
And but you also need to have every attendee. Every attendee also needs to play it from their device just to count.
That was the first rating system. That was the flawed logic was that this household was playing this program, but how many people were viewing it? You can't
stuff the ballot.
Mm-hmm. I'm confident enough in our reach at this point that I would love it if one device was playing to a lot of people. Not all the time, but if there was a gathering and people were in community, that'd be fucking dope. So if you're having a Belligerent Beavs viewing party, and hey, you can have party of one's a thing. You can it doesn't need more than one person to be a party. Just send us photo or video evidence of your Belligerent Beavs viewing party, and we'll at least dap you up digitally by way of on-air shout outs.
Send us a photo or video. Yeah, we'll toss it into the video, into this video. Into the YouTube stream.
A video in a video.
Or a photo. Take a photo wearing Belligerent Beavs merch out at a bar. I don't know, like whatever. Just do something kind of fun like that.
That's how you triple stamp
Send
a double
it to
stamp,
us,
Betty.
and we'll put it in the next episode. I promise.
Which you can get on stamps.com.
Yeah, you can triple stamp a double stamp at stamps.com.
Yeah.
Anything.com.
Yep.
Fucking internet.com.
Yeah. Fucking internet.com. So good.
Oh, well, you guys, I'm still sad about the way baseball season ended, but you know what's always good for that? The beer / whatever we're calling it now segment. And
wait,
another
we had a listener tell us we should call it something.
The last one I remember was this like the fucking whatever you want because there is no joy in life segment. What was the really long one that there's a fuck my life and fuck everyone. So much for
come
swearing
on.
this.
Oh, here we go. Listener Travis on YouTube. Shout out Travis. He said,
"Oh, this is a new one.
We got to name the beer segment the Bazana Beer Breakdown until he gets drafted, which will be about 4 weeks from now. Give or take.
I love that. But the Bazana Beer Breakdown.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a nice way to refer to the segment.
That is so nice.
B-cubed.
Yeah. Is Big Baller Brand still a thing, or is LeVar Ball trying to repurpose a bunch of the BBB shirts? Because we could do that with the new Bazana Beer Breakdown.
I don't know. I don't think they're making shoes anymore.
Probably not. But he probably has like 1,000 shirts just in his house that he didn't.
Oh my god!
For $95 a piece. We'll give you one of our shirts. And I still have like 50 euros left from Italy. So we'll do that.
Fancy.
We'll do that
Fancy.
for 50 Big Baller Brand shirts for one cool shirt, whatever shirt you want from the store, Mr. Ball, and also 50 euros.
But they also have to be
however long you want,
orange or some combo of those two colors.
I don't recall many Big Baller Brand shirts being black and orange. Maybe
LeVar Ball was a Coug.
Yeah, I found that out recently too. I wonder what he was like in college. I bet he was
on the basketball team and better. There is something because he said he could beat Jordan one-on-one. And also, I uncovered this lately. Oregon State basketball star Corey Benjamin, who got drafted by the Bulls after Jordan left, also claimed he could beat Jordan one-on-one and actually played Jordan one-on-one. And you're not going to like the result, Benny. There's video of it. It's edited. It's altered video, but we know Jordan's a psychopath and would do anything.
Altered, like AI altered?
To show something that didn't happen.
I'm going to superimpose my face on somebody beating Jordan one-on-one and be like, remember when I beat Jordan one-on-one, everybody? Back when I was 5 years old, but I looked like a grown man? Look at that.
Corey Benjamin lost 11-3, and I think that should be
respectful,
memorialized at Gill Coliseum, because getting 3 points off of immediate post Last Dance Jordan, that was when it was. It's not like it was 10 years later. It was immediately after finals number 6. Jordan came to the facility and still got 3 on MJ.
So it was Gary Payton was drafted. Then the next Beaver drafted, I think, was Brent Barry.
Yeah.
And then it was Corey Benjamin, right? And then there is a huge gap.
Until Cunningham.
The
first round, yeah.
Yo, you guys remember real early in the pod? I believe it was very early in the pod. This looks like I'm going back to September
early in this
of 2021.
episode. Oh, no. Early in the life of the pod.
Yeah. September of 2021.
Earlier
Corey
tonight,
Benjamin agreed to come on the pod.
Who?
Corey Benjamin did.
How did we not follow? That's dropping. That's fumbling the bag. Probably don't say anymore.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Hey man, it's never too late to check back in.
I wonder what he's
young. We were young and naive, figuring shit out. We were just kind of shooting shots.
His Twitter profile, he hasn't been on it in 3 years. I don't know. He did like something. He commented on something a year and 2 months ago. So, yeah,
there's probably more. There's probably other ways to reach him as well. Corey Benjamin, if you are listening, One.
Yeah, for real.
Please give us a 5-star review, and then come on the podcast
and subscribe and like the
subscribe and
channel and video.
Corey Benjamin, show us a picture of you at a bar in a Bray Area shirt, and we will still have you on the podcast. Just kidding, Corey. You can come on literally whenever you want. You can even you can replace me permanently for when I
come on right now.
Back to Tuscany.
He's not here.
Literally this second.
Yeah. Should I send him a link and say, "Can you join us right now?" I mean, why not,
dude?
You know what? Who do we text message and they never wrote us back? What was that?
John Dunmore Jr. Right?
No. I'm talking about there was the club team. What were they? The
racquetball champions. Racquetball, right?
No, it wasn't racquetball.
It was
women's water polo. Women's water
polo. Yeah, no response. Update listeners.
It's a website that hasn't been updated in 13 years. So
we were
living on a prayer.
It was, they have iPhones because I could share my photo and name with them. I'm going to do it right now just to see if it attracts any interest. But we wrote them on Monday, March 25th at 8:15 p.m. Should I say any interest? Any interest? Question mark.
As the most recently active on a dating app person between the three of us, I can inform you both that when 3 months passes without a response, it usually means there's not a response coming, and it's best to just move on with your life.
As a
marketer, you don't know if you don't shoot your shot.
I take that as an absolute challenge, a personal challenge to get an answer, and I'm going to get one. Damn it!
Jesus. All right. Well, we'll be sure to update the listener.
Well, I just texted him again.
He just did.
No,
I followed up from my text.
That was a thrilling cherry on top of the segment. Let's do the Basana beer breakdown, damn it.
In September, I'm going to text him again if they go back to me and go following up on my text from 3 months ago following up from my text from 3 months before that.
Per my follow-up.
Yeah. Please
circle
advise.
Back.
Yeah. Circling back. Yeah.
JP, what beer?
Circling back to the beers. Yo, I haven't gotten to this one yet, but this is a behemoth.
I love it when your voice changes like that. It means something crazy is about to happen.
I know. So this is from my wife, my amazing wife, for Father's Day. It was
the reason I haven't been on a dating app for 14 years.
Never been on a dating app, man. I missed the whole wave.
That's true. Yeah,
that's right.
Wave. Yeah, good for you.
I missed the whole wave. God bless me.
You missed nothing.
That wave. Yeah.
Well, you missed a lot, but nothing good.
Yeah, exactly. So she gets me this great Belroy beer cooler that holds a couple beers, and it's like a satchel-y look, but it's cooler. It's like and anyway, so she filled it up with some beers, and this is from Deschutes Brewing.
Heard of them?
Bringing it back, and look at this can. It's huge.
That is a cool can. Is that
a 24 ouncer?
9%.
Yeah, 9%, maybe 24 ouncer, and it's
Symphonic Chronic.
Oh,
love it.
Double IPA.
Okay.
And I've never had it yet. I've been waiting so long. I've been waiting so long for this moment.
Let's see.
About 28 minutes to be exact.
JP just disappears off the face of the earth.
What?
Damn, that is actually quite good.
The fucking background, JP's background instantly changes to the background that they had on That 70s Show when they were smoking weed. It's just a rotating circle of tie-dye.
Well, it would match the can, and it's a double dank IPA, 9% ABV from Deschutes Brewing. It's a step to the beat of this crisp and dank symphony with notes of grapefruit, pine resin, and mango.
Ooh, pine resin. Like what? That's what they put on like baseball bats, right?
Yep. That's Pine Tar.
Wow.
Yeah, probably the same thing.
Pine Tar,
Specifically,
Pine
Barry Bonds candlestick park bats that you hit Pat the Bat Ryan in the face with.
I didn't do it.
I mean, that you used to hit Pat that one would use to hit Pat the Bat Ryan in the face.
Yeah.
to get him out of getting in trouble at it. Where? Sorry for bringing us all the way back to earlier. You was working at the Nike store in Bend at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it was the Nike store. I thought it was
the
Fred Meyer.
Did he get fired?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he get fired for this incident? He did.
Maybe this one, but also repeated incidents like this at the very least.
Smooth move, Nike. Way to do that to the future founder of Seam Headed, who has just bankrupted your baseball department.
Yeah, where is your baseball department these
Now
days,
that Oregon
Nike?
State baseball season's over, I don't know if we're obligated to do Seam-Headed reads anymore, but we're doing a Seam-Headed live ad right now.
Yeah.
This second.
Nike.
Yeah, if you don't like Nike and love baseball, check out seamheaded.com.
If you hate the University of Oregon and are listening to this podcast, you may be entitled to a 31% discount at seamheaded.com.
Also,
we need to check in with him and see if he really got fired for that specifically, because that's awesome.
Well, there was other incidences. One time, him and I were fighting over Baja Fresh chips. Not really fighting, but like arguing very loudly because he was eating my Baja Fresh chips, and that was pretty much all the food I had in my house. And I was very hungry, and I was upset that he ate all of them. And he got really mad that either at me and himself or himself or both, and disappeared to go to his dad's truck. And happened to realize
that never ends in a good place when you disappear to go to your dad's truck or any truck.
Well, it was a truck he was driving, but it was his dad's truck. And yeah, he realized that as he walked all the way from my house to his truck, which was for some reason like 7 blocks away, and it was like 20 degrees out in February, that he forgot the keys at my house, and he was so hard-headed about our argument. Well, he wasn't trying. I think he was just trying to like go somewhere. He was so hard-headed about trying to come back to my house after we were arguing about Baja Fresh chips that he refused to walk all the way back, and instead realized that in the car was the hide key, but he couldn't get into the car. I don't know. So he threw a rock through the driver's side window to try to get into the car, and as soon as it shattered the window, he remembered it was under the bumper and not inside the car. And as he's standing there and
so Nike fired him.
A man came out of his house and was like, he thought he was gonna be in huge trouble for throwing a rock through a window of a car, and instead he was like, "You better sweep that shit up. I'm not trying to drive over all that glass." Like, typical Corvallis is like, "Yeah, whatever, I don't care. Just do you, but make sure that glass is swept up." Anyways, he didn't drive. He came back eventually. We made amends. We shared salsa. And Nike, you still fucked up.
Nice. Baja Fresh had some fucking great salsa, too.
Yeah, and they unlimited.
Was it unlimited?
Yeah, they're the salsa bar.
That was the reason like Baja Fresh more than anyone else that I knew.
That was the main strength of Baja Fresh.
Yeah.
Well, that you buy their giant soda cup. It was like a 40-ounce cup, and then it was like 40 cents more than a regular soda, but then you could come back and get unlimited refills anytime. And
it was pretty close to the house on 17.
Kinda. It was closer to Super Secret Producer Skinner's old place.
It was really close. Yeah.
Or 9th. It was on 9th. I mean, 9th. It was by the pub. That bookstore, Terry, you know it.
Borders.
You would know it. I wouldn't, because I don't read.
Yeah.
Borders sold more than books and still couldn't survive. That Borders is not there because.
What do they sell, like coffee?
It was a coffee shop.
That's why
it was a coffee shop, record store, bookstore, and had like sold movies and like other stuff too.
It was just gone online. It was like an Urban
Outfitters.
It was like Barnes and Noble, but it was shady. Like it wasn't like
Yeah.
It didn't feel like you walked into a neighborhood bookstore when you went in.
And
But
Terry
that's a
hates
good feeling.
those. Terry hates neighborhood bookstores.
At like 19, I didn't care if anything had like a neighborhood feel. I didn't know what
a neighborhood feel
was
was.
Supporting their local, communities. But yeah, Borders didn't do that. But
we
there
need
was
to start a movement of neighborhood podcasts. Get everyone's energy behind supporting neighborhood
your
podcasts.
Friendly neighborhood podcast. Anyway, yeah, we can do that. But first, I'm drinking whiskey. There wasn't beer in the house.
Wow.
And I didn't have.
That's a pint glass.
Coming home from the link saying, no, it's a Collins glass. I was going to make a gin and tonic in this, and I was like, you know what?
It's a pint glass.
It's not a pint glass. This is not a pint. Wait. It might be a pint glass.
That's 8 ounces. That is 8 ounces of whiskey.
No, this is a 12 ounce.
Water. My rocks have melted.
This is a 12 ounce. Yeah, there's rocks in it, so I'm hydrating. This is whiskey from Brother Justice Whiskey here in Minneapolis. Speaking of buying local, and it's very good whiskey. When you guys are here next, I'll take you because it's a very, very cool place right next to a golf course. So we'll play golf. I'll play poorly. Benny will maybe play for the first time in ever. How long, Benny?
Hey, I hit some shots at Topgolf in Las Vegas.
You did actually.
I made connections.
Didn't you win one of the challenges?
Yeah, but I fucked up my wrist on like the first shot because the club hit the grass like a foot before the ball.
You got a lot of turf on that first shot.
Yeah, God, dude. Anyway. So actually, the time before that, when I played golf, it was a GM conference for Hyatt that they had down in San Diego. And I had to go with my regional manager, who was terrifying. And we played night golf. So they like have neon sticks and like neon balls. Shouldn't be a thing. And I did the same thing on the first hole. It's one of Klay
Thompson's favorite things, according to his Instagram post yesterday.
Dude, maybe if you're good at golf, it's fun.
LeVar Ball.
Oh, yeah. Maybe if you're good at golf, it's fun. But it sucked.
I was like, Klay Thompson's that great at golf, but he said it's one of his favorite things, and I was like, it's like a glow up golf ball.
The AI estimate of subjects in this episode is going to be like 1,000 fucking things.
I do have to say, it probably would have been more fun if I didn't have what felt like was a broken wrist, and I was also very intimidated by my golf party that I was with.
Were you the assistant to the regional manager?
Assistant regional manager.
Or the assistant to the regional manager.
He was the general manager, just generally the manager.
Yeah, just generally speaking, I was managing stuff.
General manager is such a funny term when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, what is it you do?
I kind of just manage everything.
What is
generally everything?
Like, you literally manage a general store? Like, no, but I guess I could in a general sort of way. Like, what do you do all day? Generally manage the place. What would you say you do here? And what would you say you have tonight for a vice, Benny?
I don't have anything, but I did go to the beer section at my Safeway, and I was looking for a sour, and they didn't have one. I would have gotten it. I know.
Safeway.
How sour of Safeway to not provide you with what you're looking for.
I have been going to Winco more often, which is an experience.
Reminds me of Corvallis.
It is an experience.
I for sure haven't been inside of a Winco since I was in active undergrad.
Yeah. They make you bag your own groceries.
They should.
That's not that crazy. Of all the crazy things you can say about a wild but also just huge grocery store. That's
I used to love at Winco. You could for some reason, at least in Corvallis, they would let you drive around the carts, the shopping carts that had the motorized
There was
ones.
Almost always people doing shopping cart jousting in the parking lot of that Winco. It was a glorious time.
And it was awesome. They just didn't. They were like, "Oh, you're not supposed to." And they were like, "Nah, I'm not going to challenge them." What if they really can't, walk?
That was where we always shopped before Shasta. That was like we're literally buying 80-30 racks run. That was the
a bunch of Juanitas chips. About 6 huge bags, like king-size pillow bags of Juanitas tortilla chips.
Oh, do you guys still get those? That is the only tortilla chip I'll buy. Yeah.
Oh, they're the best store-bought tortilla chips. Oh, they don't. They're only in the Northwest because I did not have them in California even when I thought I had good chips. Yeah. They're the best store-bought chips, period.
Hands down.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Benny's Have you ever tried Tostitos after having Juanitas? You'll just about barf those tortilla chips up.
I thought the end of that sentence was, have you ever tried Tostitos? And I was about to be like, of course. Well, anyway.
Sponsor the pod.
JP has Symphonic Chronic. I have Brother Justice Whiskey. Benny has Tostitos. Benny doesn't have a drink, Juanitas. But he's been all over Peloton lately.
Yeah.
And Winco lately. No wonder you've been on Peloton lately. You're shopping at Winco. You gotta make up for it somehow.
Cheers to listener Travis and to the Bizano beer breakdown. Very noisy beer breakdown.
Oh, I didn't even show the guy. Oh.
Did you guys see the clip of the Texas A&M fans jawing at the Florida dugout? Oh. Dude,
I have not paid attention. No. By design, I just won't do it. I won't do it.
I hear you. I have not watched the game.
I think I could do it, but also Euros are happening, and this WNBA season is fucking awesome and just taking up time. So
I'm waiting for my Valkyries to do their damn thing.
Yeah,
you've gotten your Valkyries merch though, right?
I have. Hell yeah!
It's gonna once the season ends, it's gonna be like. It's going to be like a relentless March towards next season because there'll be the expansion draft and then there'll be March Madness and then the real draft and then just a shitload. It's going to be so exciting. I'll for sure go to a game in the Bay. Let's plan that. Let's do a game in the Bay.
Yeah, and I feel like with the way the WNBA has just skyrocketed in popularity in revenue. I hope it's translated to revenue, and with the expansion and interest, of course, the fact that a team is starting off in the Bay Area, which obviously is a very desirable market for any team to be in because of the reach, but also at Chase Center at a world-class arena from the jump with an owner who I'm sure there's not a ton of Warriors fans listening to this, but coming from Chris Cohan, who was maybe one of the worst owners in all of sports, to now clearly one of the best owners in all of sports. I don't think you can ask for a better situation for an expansion team to get going. Right. They've got all the challenging aspects of being a new team already ironed out. Good owner, good stadium, good market, and then it's just who will be on the team. But
I want to see them get Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark on that team. That would be fun to watch for me.
Neither of their current teams are trading those players, but it is fun to play fantasy basketball. So
yeah, and then all the games are just going to actually be one-on-one matchups between them. We're not going to play any opponents. Just gonna watch them duke it out, and then they decide who's starting and who's on the bench. I think I'd pay to go to a lot of those games. Best of 72 or 73. I don't know what's an odd number.
What's an odd number?
No, what would be an odd number?
The most successful guy on the There are a lot of answers to what that could be. They're literally infinite.
But that's dope. We should do that. But I want it to be fun.
And not to take attention away from the WNBA, but also, do you know where NBA All-Star Game is going to be next year?
Minnesota?
Chase Center.
Portland.
Nope. Chase Center.
Oh.
Chase Center.
That's my next guess.
It was literally the next guess of the three people on this podcast.
Yeah. Portland never gets anything.
Portland never gets anything. Although, should we use
teams, we don't.
JP, I'm going to ask you: should we use this to segue into what I have for the basketball portion, or should we talk Beaver football, whatever?
Speaking of Portland, never gets anything.
Basketball. Speaking of Portland never getting anything, Benny, are you ready to play a game tonight?
Oh,
it's a game that only we play. It's a game that only you get to play. JP and I don't get to play. I get to ask questions, and it's a full-on game show. JP is the very hot assistant or person who's just there.
I know.
Savannah White.
Stall.
Javanna White.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna ask if you could get like game show music. I think our heads are aligned. You can add it in post. I know you can add it in post, but if you want to do it live, we can do it live.
It's so much more fun live.
The listener has patience.
We're doing it live.
Fuck it. We're doing it live.
Now, if you were to create a game show, would you have game show music that would be more like The Price is Right?
No, it would be like Game of Thrones.
Or would it be Jeopardy? So not like a game show.
Game is in the title.
You have to have like do 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 do.
It would be. You have to figure out what Munchie does.
Yeah. What you can't talk.
Don't come near me. I would have it would be more upbeat. It would obviously be more upbeat, but then the like for like wrong answers would be real dramatic. Like really low and really loud that it would fucking like scare you. So it'd be like the type of thing that you know it's coming, but it's gonna scare you anyway. So like I can't get something wrong on this show, or else I'm gonna be freaked out on live TV. But it would be just like this. I think I'm prepared to go ahead. Benny, you just get in your
we
space.
have to do the intro. Get in your face, Benny. You're about to walk on stage.
All right. I'm ready
to walk on stage as soon as this uploads.
As soon as this uploads.
Come on, Riverside. There we go.
Oh my God. All right.
I like this.
I
feel like this game show would be in like Havana.
This needs to be
come
turned
in
down.
With white linens and a cigar.
Can you turn it down a little bit?
It is down.
Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, welcome to Havana, Cuba, apparently, the site of the very first Belligerent Beavs game show, Fact or Fiction. My name is Terry Horseman. I am the host of the show, and I am joined... Oh, thank you. Thank you for interrupting the band for that lovely applause. And please keep that applause going for my beautiful Vanna White-esque assistant, JP Bertram. JP Bertram.
You guys do
no,
much. You guys do much.
It is.
Oh, God. All right. Yeah, thank you. That's enough. You guys.
Quite enough. Definitely not an accident that the man controlling the soundboard gets the biggest applause. But I would hope that we are reserving our biggest applause of the night for our one and only contestant, the man of the hour, all the way.
My headphones don't go back any further.
Benjamin Lawrence Sebastian Wehage, a.k.a. Benny.
All right. I'm in the zone. I'm ready.
You're in the zone.
Let's do this.
Benny, let's settle down, young man. We've got some pleasantries to get through first. Benny, where are you from, young man?
What kennel are you in?
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah. It's fine.
My dog probably saw a squirrel.
The dog is probably going to score the most points tonight.
To be where's the crowd laughter? This is honestly the part of the game shows that I fast forward through, but I am from Portland. Portland, Oregon. Eastmoreland. Eastmoreland to be specific.
Let's laugh at Eastmoreland and not at the joke. Portland, Oregon. Oh, so you must be a big Portland Trailblazer fan, for better and for much, much, much worse.
Much worse as of late, yes. But I am a Trailblazers fan.
There you are.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, the Blazers didn't have much luck in the NBA draft lottery, as we know. But there is good news. There are 2 draft picks in the lottery that the Blazers still own, the number 7th overall pick and the number 14th overall pick, which they will be able to use in this month's NBA draft to add talent and skilled young prospects to your Trailblazers. Benny, how does that sound?
Isn't it a team full of skilled young prospects already?
That's what they say, but also you have a chance to win big money or big fictional points at an arbitrary game that's being made up on the spot right now.
Let's do this.
Exactly. So here are the rules of fact or fiction. And I hope our soundboard applause heavy audio engineer is adding good rule listening music and also play music in the post-production.
Oh, just go back to this.
Of this.
Wait.
There we go. All right.
Now I'm in the zone. Okay.
So it's fact or fiction is very simple. I am going to read the name and a little bit of information about a basketball player. If you think that the basketball player I am speaking of is an actual prospect in this year's NBA draft, you say fact. And if you think it is a made-up person from a fictional basketball movie, you say fiction. And if you guess right, you get a point. And if you guess wrong, the Blazers would get penalized, but there's literally nothing else the league can take away. So there's no stakes, really. Only positive things can happen. Nowhere to go but up. It's a good day for the Blazers. It's a good day for Blazer fans.
And can I just say, there is nothing that I have paid attention to in basketball outside of what we have talked about on this very podcast.
That's why you're the perfect candidate for fact or fiction.
Yes.
So just for example, I would say LeBron James, the youngest player to ever.
James.
And you'd say LeBron James and then say fact.
Fact. But he's not a prospect. I'd say fiction.
He's not, so it would be say fiction. Okay, that was... Thank you for catching that. Someone shut that baby up. All right. Let's get started.
Wait, honk twice if you love the Beavs.
We're not supposed to do that anymore.
Says who?
What's the negative? What's the penalty that you get in that game show? Is it a munchie?
It would, yeah. That's right.
Munchies.
Benny the Beaver comes out to bite you if you get something wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool.
All right. Fact or fiction? JP, give me like a da-da-da-da-dun. You can do that in post.
I'm trying, dude. I don't know. I could do
It's fine.
Nope, not that one. How about this one?
Yes.
Perfect. Player number 1. Reed Shepard, a menacing defender and spark plug scorer who plays bigger than his body, from the University of Kentucky. Fact or fiction?
That sounds like a fact.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer, is a fact.
You are correct!
Yeah, let's
Reed Shepard is a real player. A real actual player from the University of Kentucky, currently number 4 in Kevin O'Connor's big board over at theringer.com. Let's keep this going with player number 2. That player is Devin Carter, a positive contributor in every single facet of the game, and he thrills viewers while doing it. Some say he's a crafty finisher, played his college ball at Providence University.
I can't stop
You having
what?
Please excuse JP Bertram. Devin Carter. You can't look people up while you're doing this.
Yeah.
My hands are free. I think it's... Oh, man. Devin Carter from Providence?
Devin Carter from Providence.
I'll say fact. That sounds obscure.
He's 2 for 2, baby!
Yeah! Let's go.
Devin Carter. A real player. A junior from Providence. Shades of Bruce Brown. Ranked number 7. So
not Bruce Bowen? Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown. Draft a backup role player with the 7th overall pick. Hey, we never know how good guys are going to be. We never know how good guys are going to be.
You never know.
All right.
You don't.
Player number 3.
Wait, should I hit the music again? But not...
Yes.
I don't know why it starts so loud.
Just have it going the whole time at this volume.
All right, it's a loop now. But then I can't go into the claps and shit.
That's a good vibe. Okay, player number 3. Kenny Tyler, a pass-first point guard with a 6th sense for ball movement from the University of Washington.
That's fiction.
He is correct.
Yeah.
Benny, Kenny Tyler is not a real player. Kenny Tyler is the main character in the film The Sixth Man, portrayed by Marlon Wayans, the younger brother of Anton Tyler, portrayed by Kadeem Hardison. Anton Tyler, the star player of the team, dies of a heart attack and then gets to play as a ghost. Feel the dreams on the hardwood.
I watched that movie as a kid. It was sad.
Maybe just stop doing all of it.
What's wrong? Is it too loud?
Yes.
It is so loud.
It's not for me.
It's
for you.
No, you have to keep it on a loop or you have to stop. Those are the options.
I think you guys are mistaking what it will sound like in post.
All right. Well, you're not allowed to complain on the group chat about how long it took this episode to edit.
I never complain.
Let's do another player. Player number 4.
Yeah.
Dalton Connect. Do-it-all scorer from all areas of the floor who has a tendency to catch fire. Real typical white guy shooter from the University of Tennessee.
Wait, can Benny use a phone and a friend?
Sure.
What's his name? Dawson Connect?
Dalton
Connect.
Connect.
The Daltons.
That's fact. I remember Tennessee having... Yeah.
That is fact.
Yeah.
Wow, there's no stumping this guy. There's no stumping this guy. All right,
let's do a cheer, but Terry already scalded me for changing sounds.
Did I tell you I was extremely good at taking standardized tests? A lot of this is just connecting the Daltons.
Connect the Daltons, baby.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
All right, are you ready for player number 5, Benny?
Yeah.
Player number 5. Nikola Jurisic, a promising young shot creator from the same nation as Nikola Jokic, Serbia.
His name's too similar to Nikola Jokic, so I'm going to say fiction.
Dun dun dun. He is human after all, folks. Nikola Jurisic. Shades of Chandler Parsons and Sam Decker, a wing from... He played for Mega Basket. Nikola Jurisic is a real person. But hey, you're still 4-1, so things are looking up for you and for the Trailblazers. He's the number 24 player on the big board.
I just found this hidden footage from Benny backstage. Yep.
You know what?
So
Fuck
mad
it.
at myself.
Fire away, JP. We'll mind the volume. We'll figure it out.
I'm so mad at myself. All right.
4-1. All right. Are you ready for player number 6?
Yeah.
Player number 6. Kyle Lee Watson, a New York high school point guard prodigy legend who played his college ball at Georgetown for the Hoyas. Kyle Lee Watson, is he fact or fiction?
Man, it sounds like fact, but you've had a lot of facts lately. So I'm going to go fiction.
Kylie Watson?
Kyle Lee Watson from Georgetown.
God, that sounds so factish, but I think it's fiction.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
There's no stumping Benjamin Lawrence Sebastian WH. Kyle Lee Watson is fiction.
Yeah.
Kyle Lee Watson. The inspiration for this game, because I just wanted an excuse to talk about the movie Above the Rim, one of my favorite movies, which stars Dwayne Martin portraying young Kyle Lee Watson, a point guard in New York under tremendous pressure to make it to the big time. The movie also includes Leon from The Temptations, Bernie Mac, Tupac Shakur, another Marlon Wayans in a basketball movie appearance. And also one of the first acting performances by Wood Harris, who went on to play Avon Barksdale in The Wire. Above the Rim.
I've heard The Wire is very good. I've not.
It is very good.
I've tried to watch it. I don't know.
It's the That's an indictment on you, not the show. Above the Rim is amazing.
Every TV show.
Me too.
The Wire is the shit. Above the Rim is also fantastic.
Get into it.
And we're not going to debate that here because we're in the middle of fact or fiction. It's my game show, goddammit. Benny is 6, 5, and 1.
4,
5
3,
and 1 out of
2,
6.
1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And 1.
Guess what number he is? Yeah.
How many questions are there? 10?
Sure.
69.
Oh, you don't have them written down. Okay.
No, I have a bunch written down, but it could be 10. I have the whole big board in front of me, and I also have just watched a lot of basketball movies. So we could do 10 episodes of this if we wanted to. We're not going to, listener. We're not going to. All right. Fact or fiction? Player number 7. Quincy McCall, a high-octane LA product who wasn't the only player with NBA bloodlines for this year's USC Trojans. Quincy McCall, is he fact or is he fiction?
So I'm going to say fact because of the last statement you made with Lil Bronny being
I think I'm going to
on USC and having bloodlines into the NBA as well. Quincy McCall,
high-octane LA product with NBA bloodlines who played for the USC Trojans. You know what? I'm gonna do the classic thing here. I'm gonna strike this from the record. It's not a fair question. He's fiction.
It's fiction.
Quincy McCall, portrayed by Omar Epps in Love and Basketball. He did play for USC, but the Bronny James thing, when I said this year, that was leading the witness.
Yeah.
In court terms. So I fucked that up. So I'll actually just give you the point. You're 6 and 1 now.
Okay. All right. I'll take that.
This is the best game show in history.
Yeah. I'm liking it.
Player.
Quincy McCall is related to Patrick McCall somehow.
It's literally different names. McCall and McCaw are different names.
You just don't know how to read. You don't know how to read, Terry.
All right, let's make this the last one.
Okay.
This question, the last one.
Wait, but I have. Okay, yeah, go ahead. I think I have one more. I haven't listened to the sound yet. I just downloaded it because it sounded.
The last one.
The name.
Do it.
I'm trying. It's uploading. So do you just do it, and then I'll play it.
Okay, it'll be then.
Go ahead.
Player number 8, Alex Sarr, a skyscraping wing trapped in the center of his body. Global, who's cut his teeth in Perth, but grew up in France. Alex Sarr.
This is fact. I'm almost positive because I think I did take a glance. Oh, I feel like this is ousting myself. But I do remember seeing somebody from Perth, or somehow with relation to Perth, up on the board for the NBA draft this year. So I'm going to say fact.
Final answer is...
Final answer
is indeed a fact. It is a fact.
Fuck yeah.
You know what this means. 7-1. The Blazers are going to draft a 7'1" prospect who will work out. That's what that means. You did it, Benny.
Great.
You saved the Portland Trailblazers.
You're welcome, Jody.
And
the rest of the city of Portland.
The rest of the city of Portland. The fans deserve it. Other fictional players I had ready to talk about.
Yeah.
I had Tracy Reynolds, the high-scoring, high-flying shooting guard, also out of Los Angeles from the movie Like Mike. I had Jamal Wallace, another cerebral New York City hoops product from the movie Finding Forrester, which is also a great movie. If you say that movie's not anything but great, I would fight you.
I've never seen it.
It's good. A rare twin brother duo, Nathan and Lucas Scott, who cut their teeth in the basketball crazy area of Tobacco Road and have their eyes on the NBA as their next step. That is, of course, the two long lost brothers from the first season of One Tree Hill.
You know, I have to give you credit. The fictional players they would have all fooled me. I've not heard of them. Yeah. So nice job.
Hey, nice job to you. 7-1.
Thank you.
That's pretty fantastic. And
yeah,
I know there wasn't any NBA draft lottery luck for the Blazers on lottery night, but it shows that there is some luck for Blazer fans out there, as you just dominated Fact or Fiction.
Yeah. It's a shame the Blazers haven't done much. It's a great fan group. It's a great group of people, a great group of fans. And
especially the ones who are also Oregon State fans.
yeah, especially those ones. Yeah. Hopefully the Blazers get it figured out. Hopefully Jody Allen sells the team.
Well, the reason this was fun is because people are shitting on this year's draft class, and it was like, I'm sure there are some Blazer fans who have no idea who's in this because people are already saying this draft class is butt. But they also said that during the Anthony Edwards draft class. And I like to use it as a reminder that every single year we do this, where we'll say this draft class sucks before we've ever seen these kids do anything in the pros. That is, so like no one knows anything. So if you're a Blazer fan, you got 2 picks in the lottery. You've got more picks. It's probably not going to be great right away, but you could get someone good. And
we have a guy named Scoot. We have a guy named Scoot. That's pretty cool.
Undeniably true.
Yeah, and it is pretty cool.
Yeah. So we just need the Beavs to recruit.
So go Blazers
in every sport.
Yeah, and bring back CJ Giles. Remember how excited we were?
Oh,
I think we saw him at Impulse, or not Impulse. No, it wasn't
Tailgaters.
It
was Impulse then.
He was the only one who was at Tailgaters and then was still there the next morning when it was Impulse. That was how long he was there.
Visiting.
Yeah, you're right. We did.
Tailgaters
and
was what sealed it. Which should have told you everything you needed to know.
But there also was like the internet was in its infancy in the degree of like having that immediate news available to you. Like we had no idea that he was visiting. We just saw him there.
It was fun how like fast news still traveled, but like how much slower it traveled like than today.
Yeah,
I had one of my closest friends from Minneapolis went to Kansas.
The short end of it was like A week.
And when he found out that CJ Giles, he was like, "Holy shit! Like that's huge for you guys." So the CJ Giles thing wasn't just like a Beaver fan manufactured thing. Like he was supposed to be the truth, and wish it would have worked out for him. Either way, I hope he's doing good now.
Yeah,
he probably won't come on the pod, but
professionally, he was.
If he's playing professionally, that's impressive because he is a 37, 38-year-old big man at this point.
38.
So if he's playing anywhere, I'm impressed.
Well, he was as of 21-22. He was playing in FIBA Africa.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
What was the deal with he just declared early for the draft, right?
I think so. I mean, things were absolutely falling apart. That was the year before Craig Robb.
He couldn't play because of NCAA transfer
he did
regulations.
Play. He did
play one
play
season
eventually.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. I was there. I was there, and I was there, and I was excited.
Interesting.
But also, it was the biggest shit show. No offense to anyone involved, but when you go 0-18 in the Pac-10, it's a little wild. Maybe it's just 0-16 now because they've. Yes, he did. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, he played in 10 games.
Oh, he did. Interesting.
Yeah. 6.3 points a game. How many boards? 5.6.
There was one game where I think he fouled out in the first half. Not to dunk on him, but there may have been a first half foul out in that.
How do you play professionally when you average 5 points on?
There's a lot of leagues, man.
There's a lot of leagues. There's a lot of leagues.
I know, but
so many super athletic 7-footers.
Okay, fair.
How about
6'11", by
super unathletic 5'9"-footers? How many of these got them? Because I have a hole and a void to fill if y'all need me.
We'll wait on
tear
that.
It up.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
I knew Terry would laugh at that one.
Of course.
You're a big. That's what X said.
Do the two of you have anything else you'd like to say about the great sport of basketball? My favorite sport on the planet. Anything at all? Doesn't have to be Beaver related, because we're gonna move on and talk about something.
It's really
else.
fun to shoot a ball through the hoop.
Yeah, the sound of a swish is very satisfying. Almost as satisfying as a stethoscope going into your ear.
What's that sound like? A swoosh? Yeah. Those are not my sound effects.
It sounds like Benny's pants just got a little bit tighter, which is also what they're doing for EA Sports College Football 25.
Oh my God, so soon.
Which is a segue into talking about actual college football. And I guess we can start with this game. Benny, you are our liaison to this. I think the three of us are all excited about it. I've played a lot of EA Sports College Football our entire lives.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently the only four-time Heisman winner for Oregon State.
For the four-time Heisman winner, the long-lost son of Mike Riley. I need to figure out. I need to get a console to actually play this fucking thing on.
Yes, you do.
But trailers have come out, details have come out. What would you say? What are a couple of the things of this game that you're most excited for right now?
Yeah, so I would say first would be that you can hire and fire coordinators, and that your coordinators can go take other jobs, and if head coaches can take other jobs as coordinators. So it's much more.
We call that the Chip Kelly, okie doke.
Yeah, I mean, you might move from a head coach of Kennesaw State to the coordinator of Oregon State. So it's like a little bit more real life there. You can.
I heard you can realign conferences.
Yes, yeah. So that's the other thing is you can.
It's the first fucking thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can realign conferences, and then you can choose if you have a conference championship game. And if you do, where it will be played, if it's at like the team or the school with the best record, if it's played at their home site or if it's played at a neutral site. So you can do that. And then also, in like NCAA games in the past where you would just like, if you were doing Dynasty, you could just max out your coach on recruiting, and then you could sort of fill in the gaps after that. Once you were getting 5 stars, like, your team was just going to be a monster. And they say that if you go into Dynasty, it will take, like, you can never max out your coach's attributes. And so you can go for like basically like recruiting or like being a sort of a Mike Riley-esque of finding these 3 stars, diamond in the rough, and then, coaching them up. And so you could sort of take one of those routes and you can level up in certain areas, but you can never max your coach out. So it's a lot more strategy of recruiting. NILs in the game. So that's really exciting. And then the final thing I'll say is, like, from what I've been seeing and what I've been hearing, the attention to detail in this game is unbelievable. So, like, if you're playing as Oregon State, you'll have, every time you get a first down, you'll hear the da-na, da-na-na.
And the chainsaw for turnovers.
If you have, exactly. So if you have, third down chainsaw, they have the actual chainsaw for the turnover.
I know that sounded like JP just hit the soundboard effect, but that was actually me.
That was Terry. Don't blame me on that one.
So
if that makes you crash your car, don't blame me.
It will be a very, very exciting game. I think Oregon State fans will like it even more because it will allow you to sort of do like an alternate history sort of therapy session, if you will, which will be very nice. But I honestly, like, outside of playing Oregon State, which I'm going to do for the first 200 hours that I'm playing, it will be cool to go and see play as Toledo and see what their sort of like traditions
Toledo's got
are.
that. They got that cannon.
The cannon,
badass cannon that they fire.
Right. Or I mean, I don't know. Like, there's so many random schools. Like, to go into like the Sun Belt and build a team from the Sun Belt to be a national
next question for both of you is, say, all right, Dynasty mode.
Yeah,
you can pick any team you want except Oregon State, because obviously we know that's what we're gonna do first. But if you can pick any school in the country besides Oregon State to play Dynasty, who would you be most excited to like build a dynasty with?
Wazoo.
Diplomatic answer.
Okay.
And a good
That's
answer.
the right answer.
Then you have to play against Oregon State, though. A lot.
Not if I realign conferences.
Not if I realign. But not without Wazoo, though. We want to be with Wazoo.
Oh no, we'll all get settled and situated in a good situation, but we will only face each other in non-con.
My first place I went to was Kennesaw State, just because they're the new kids on the block. They'll be in D1, and I think it'd be fun. Like, that'd be a fun challenge.
It would, for sure. I agree wholeheartedly with Kennesaw State. I know, like, people that are making other YouTube videos about this. That seems to be a general consensus. Kennesaw State. Yeah. I would say, so like Hawaii would come to mind. I think Hawaii would be fun.
Good choice.
Cool. Yeah. Texas State would be cool. Texas State Stadium is fucking awesome.
Texas State is cool.
Yeah.
Texas State also has a great creative writing program, which I don't believe is in the game, but just
it could be.
Random aside, I've met a lot of people.
It's very, very in depth
through work who went to Texas State.
You never know.
I'm good with the Bobcats.
And then so Texas State, and then the final school, just because, like, I don't know, I've always had an affinity for this school, and I worked with a guy that was like, he went to the school and was a big fan. But University of Southern Miss, and before you say it, fuck Brett Favre, but University of Southern Miss.
Right. He's not the only one who went to school there.
That is true.
So
I think it's cool. I would say University of Miami, but not picking them for obvious reasons. They are my favorite school other than Oregon State, I would say. But
will it have like
I like the U. I still like the U, but I also I want to throw out another ACC, and that's UNC. You can't argue against a good Tar Heel logo. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
and
another Jordan sponsored.
The Argyle down the piping.
They may have some of the best branding in all of college athletics, period.
Yeah, right. Agreed. 100% agreed.
It would also be, I think, fun to do Vanderbilt, which has always been just the redheaded stepchild of the SEC, only from a football standpoint. You're not redheaded right now, buddy. But having what does that just be like? Because I mean, I know fucking the charming things we love about college football are dying.
More money in the bank.
More money in the jar, right there. Sorry. But what if Vanderbilt just cranked out 6 SEC titles in the next decade in real life? That would make it more fun. And that was part of why these video games were super fun in the first place, was just what would be kind of the craziest thing.
The cool thing about Vanderbilt too is do you remember Vanderbilt Stadium last year? How much of a shit show it was?
It was more under construction than Reeser was when we played Reeser under construction.
Yeah, so it's still going to be under construction.
Shout out Roger Sherman, who had a great. It's still ongoing.
It will still be ongoing this year, but in the game,
move slow in Nashville. It's a fun place.
In the game, they will have the stadium as a finished stadium, so you'll be able to play in their finished stadium before it's. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't say Marshall.
Well, I remember
Marshall would be dope.
Before they played a game in New Reeser, they did have the completed old news side in the game.
Oh, really?
I remember being in late July playing, look at this stadium, dude. It is so sick. This new side is sky high.
This will never be out. This will never be outdated. We'll be dead.
Never.
We'll be dead before they need to add to this. We're good forever.
Yeah. Well, no, but speaking of outdated, I'm curious to how it'll play out. And maybe this is just hypothetical. This isn't. You guys don't need to answer, but I am very curious how it will play out with NIL being a big involvement in the game, given the changing landscape.
You can probably. Is it going to be a thing that you can turn off?
No. So the way that they have it, that's a really good point, Jay, is that they were saying that NIL is changing so much that it was going to be tough to be specific about NIL in the game. So they have schools essentially have their brand is rated, and so
it'd be like a booster pool, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, it's sort of like that.
Is how good you are, the more donors you get.
Is Oregon State's brand?
You have brand points.
Is Oregon State's default brand rating in the game public yet?
No.
The fan base is gonna freak the fuck. All right, there have been some confusing and outrageous days on Beaver Twitter in the last. Probably the last. How long has Twitter been around, JP? That many years. But also recently,
15 years.
Benny, let me know, please, the day the brand ratings in EA Sports College Football 25 comes out. Because I want to be nowhere near Oregon State Twitter when we're in the 5th percentile for brand rating. I just don't want to be a part of that day. I don't want to be a part of the reckoning of dealing with the perception of Oregon State.
I'm nervous to see what happens when they come out with the team and player rankings or ratings, because I think Oregon State and myself included, to a certain degree, are still living in this world where we were in the top 10 playing Washington in November. I don't think
program podcast rated, because if that comes out as 0, the 3 of us are gonna be. We might just disappear.
Gonna lose my freaking mind. Yeah, I don't know.
That's the charm of this game. All college athletics games really is, you can make it whatever you want. You don't have to. Within 2 years, you could turn a program around.
I understand that.
Even if you're annoyed about it, like it's one season and it's one rating, and then you can change. I would not be surprised. Look, NCAA football was gone well before the weekly updates of any sports video game. So when it comes to ratings of players, ratings of teams,
that'll be reflected differently.
All that, they'll reflect differently depending upon the outcome of the season. So
I don't remember.
I don't care how we start.
I don't remember exactly what I know. The three of us will be rational and reasonable about it collectively. I'm saying I don't think that's something the fan base will handle well, as much as I love Oregon State's fan base. EA Sports interpretation be like, oh, no one gives a shit about Oregon State. They're a 9 out of 100. That's just a day on the internet I don't need to be a part of. But peace and love to everyone who is a part of it. It could be.
It might
and then
be
you
fun.
change it around, to keep those receipts.
Yeah,
that's what I'll be doing.
I think Oregon State Twitter, especially, while they can be combative and they could be aggressive, I think a lot of it is
a couple of words
satirical in the most sense. I think a lot of it's just like, how do you not view us this way, or how would you not rate us this way? And it won't really be people like with pitchforks and torches, but it'll be
right.
They'll just be commenting on like, give us some respect, and I think I can agree with that. And I'm not saying that everyone will be that way, but for the most part, I think people who are up in arms are really just kind of stirring the pot, and it's fun. It's the fun of social media.
And it does seem like a lot of the casual, or I shouldn't say casual fans of college football, but the people who don't have like a very strong allegiance to a team that's talking about this game, a lot of them are throwing out Oregon State as a fun team pick to build.
And
it truly is. They're in such a unique situation. You can sort of rebuild the Pac-12, bring in the schools that you want. And I mean, like, here's, and not to go off on a tangent here, but like, we are living through a super unique situation that no one else really has lived through. And so I think like people on the outside, granted it's a video game and they don't have to like go to sleep with it, but like
they will though.
It's an interesting story.
Yeah.
It's an interesting story. And
I do think totally growing up in the middle of the country and being like, Minnesota, they play in the Metrodome, like no one cares, why would I play with this team? The only draw was to be like, oh, it'd be fun in the game to make it a program that people care about. And the game back then, it was like it did a good job of like steadily building your crowd as you won more games and brought recruits in, and it was even like ahead of its time,
charging more for hot dogs.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember the Madden. I'm not sure exactly what year it was, but the radio host name was Tony Bruno. He was a sports guy in Miami, I think. Yeah, and it was like that was like a thing in the game.
Tony Bruno show.
It was the Tony Bruno show that was like playing like while you were on like the home screen and like your roster selection and free agency or whatever. What if like, because of how detailed this game's going to be, if you were like doing the Oregon State Dynasty, it was Belligerent Beavs, and then it would like go to Peyton Years, and then it would go to Chainsaw Crew, and then of course the Mike Parker show would be on there, whatever, and like Canzano and Wilner and like Dan Podcast, whatever. And it would just be cycling through all of these different voices of whatever level in the fan base, reacting to the performance like on the field and shit. I know
all
Chris
of a sudden
Fowler,
you see a Trent Bray Beaver lock sign that just pops up.
I know Chris Fowler had to go in a booth for like 200 hours or something to like get this game. Like, yo, I have 200 hours to give to put Belligerent Beavs in the next edition.
I got too many kids for that, man. I'll be dead before I have 200 hours to give.
This episode is going to be 200 hours, JP.
I'll be dead by its end.
You'll be dead by the end of this episode. Sometimes I think that. Real quick on the game. Whenever we say real quick, it means we're going to talk about something for 37 more minutes. But you mentioned Marshall and you mentioned the U. Can you play with classic teams in this? That seems like such an obvious question. But like, if I wanted to play with like Randy Moss Marshall or Michael Irving Miami or any other like Barry Sanders Oklahoma State, any kind of other just like team that would be like fun, is that going to be in the game, or is that going to be unlockable somehow?
I think they have the equivalent to like Madden Ultimate version or Ultimate Team. I think, but like, dude, it could get complicated with NIL. I don't know exactly how that works, because how are you going to feature a player that isn't getting paid, like didn't go to the NFL, like you're just using their name and likeness?
Oh, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, like how do you reach out to somebody that played 40 years ago or more?
Yeah,
and be like, hey, we want to comp you on the video games.
They're starting that process, so I don't know.
Yeah,
like, obviously, it's probably not going to be reflected this year because obviously Chad Pennington and Randy Moss went to the NFL. I might be wrong, but I don't believe the center for that Marshall team did.
Yeah.
So then is that just center number 60? And
no, they'll give them a fake name.
Like,
AI
you mean, can you play as classic teams? You might be able to play as classic teams. I know that they have like an insane jersey lineup of like
you can use all classic jerseys, probably.
Alternate, classic, yeah. So
I have not seen anything about like selecting single game, like
teams,
heads up, legacy teams. I have not seen that yet.
Me neither.
That'd be sweet.
It'd be a sweet addition, and I would imagine that's a goal of theirs.
And maybe what they've been working on.
Yeah, maybe not this year, but the idea of like, all right, once we've got the college kids issue scheduled, I mean, they could have done this 10 years ago.
Yeah,
like they could have easily gone to every college
and
kid
they should have
graduated and been like, we'll pay you, and we'll just do legacy teams. And
they should have had the foresight for that it was eventually going to come back to this due to the popularity. And
they should have, but EA Sports isn't a college college sports company, so and I'm not surprised that they missed the mark. But yeah, they should have.
Their second most popular product. Well, a very, very popular product. I don't want to say it's more popular than
the other really cool. The other cool thing that at least I thought was really cool that's sort of going under the radar is that they don't just have these college stadiums, right? I think it's 134 schools that are in this game.
Ooh, can you play it at
Azteca? And they're going. I don't know if you can play it at Azteca, but you can have like your conference championship game at SoFi, or like the Seahawks and the Huskies are playing at CenturyLink or Lumen Field.
So they just rip it from Madden.
Yeah.
You mean the Cougars and the Huskies? I would love to watch the Seahawks play the Huskies.
That wasn't that. Yeah, Cougars and Huskies. The only one that they don't have. Game. No, me neither.
You would. I would enjoy the shit out of it.
Is the game where Notre Dame and Nebraska, or was it Northwestern and Notre Dame played in Dublin?
So they have.
Yeah,
Dublin.
They won't have that one.
They won't have.
They don't have
yet.
No, they don't. And some of the
music, they'll definitely next year have.
Will they? Are they going to have
games?
Yeah.
Are they going to have?
They will have true to representative stadiums. They'll just like say like this is in Dublin, and it'll be like this like Hobart Stadium, and you'll like
a leprechaun will come out.
I guess it looks like Dublin.
The Gatorade bath is Guinness.
Like even in the show, like you play like a minor league game, and you're like, this is the something minor league stadium, and you're like, this is totally not reflective of the actual minor league stadium.
I don't think it's going to be like that. Stadium. I think it is legitimately like, other than that Dublin one, I think there'll be legitimate stadiums.
What?
But they have
real stadiums. Yeah.
What will Northwestern
I'm not
Stadium
talking
look like? Because Northwestern's playing.
So they asked them. They asked them, and they wanted to have it representative of what their new stadium will look like. So it'll be Northwestern's new stadium. Okay. They're not going to be playing games. You won't be playing games at Wrigley. So like But you can have your teams
Wrigley
play
won't
at
be
a neutral site.
You like Wrigley might be in the game because
Wrigley
EA Sports
Wrigley
might be a neutral site option.
I doubt Wrigley's in the game. I don't actually know what I don't
have any baseball games.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's why. But I
get it easily.
But they do have Mo Bamba.
That's one check. They have what?
They do have Mo Bamba in the game as a song. They don't have who
everything's greatest game of all time.
It is going to be the greatest game of all time until Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out.
If that ever happens.
Yeah, it will.
Okay. Do I have any more EA Sports questions? I'm sure I do. That's gonna be fun though. Benny, your PS5?
Yeah. Xbox.
You're an Xbox guy?
X. Yeah.
And JP, your PS5?
Yes.
Oh my God, this is like choosing friends.
You can get a PlayStation Portal, so like your fiance Terry can watch TV that's hooked up to your PlayStation, and then you can play PlayStation on a 10-inch screen with a handheld PlayStation controller on each side.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a good dad gift. Shout out dads everywhere. Happy Father's Day, by the way.
Happy Father's Day to you.
To you, JP, our resident dad.
Thanks.
Thank you for being our dad.
One last thing on college football before we go to the next segment or end the show. I'm not sure which, but
we're gonna wrap pretty soon after this.
But if you haven't checked it, there is some video out there of Giovanni McCoy throwing to Malachi Durant. And I mean, look, everyone's going to look like Tom Brady when there's no defense, but some of those throws were fucking amazing. He did look like Tom Brady.
If our line shows up, if we got the line that we're hoping for, we can see a lot of that.
Good. Yeah. We're going to be
good. I think we are too. I think we are going to surprise a lot of people this year.
I think we should all be at the season opener on August 31st. Can you guys make that game?
Well, that's that's my 10-year wedding anniversary. So,
but you guys first met at Oregon State, so we could put a sign up on the big board
before anything was announced. We're gonna be out of town, but go ahead. It's only $100.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
Yeah.
What's only
I won't be there, but you can take a photo and send it to me.
Yeah, people will clap.
All right.
I'll clap.
Well, Ben, do you want to go to the home opener?
Yeah, I'm going to be there.
Okay. Then we need to figure out another home game that all
Civil
of us
War
can be at. I can't be at Civil War. Got a wedding that day.
I can't go. Well, next home game, I can go to pretty much any home game. Not sure I can do Boise State, but I am in the market for a job. So
not sure you can't do the day after Thanksgiving at 10 a.m. local time.
If I do get another job, then I probably can do
that.
Boise
Game's
State.
at 10 a.m. Boise time. That's gonna be wild.
We should do it. I mean, if I'm not working at Amazon, we should do it.
It does mean Thanksgiving in Boise, which I don't think is the worst thing in the world. I actually think it's great.
No, I think that would be a super fun game day experience. I think out of all of our away games, that will be the most fun.
My kids would be like, "Where's our dad?" This is terrible.
Yeah,
what a terrible Thanksgiving.
Solid. Bring them with you.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll bring my 1.5-year-old.
Yeah,
Boise.
Right.
I know.
Well, we should.
It's not the moon, JP. Like they have shit.
It's the moon.
We have to find a game where all of us can go to, and I have a feeling that's going to be in October sometime.
Are you teasing? I can go to any game that's home, other than that first one, because that's my 10-year wedding anniversary.
What about Purdue, Terry? September 21st.
Purdue is maybe. The issue
and then bring Aaron with you.
The issue is
it's a dating anniversary for Terry.
No.
Is it?
No,
Okay.
I might literally be covering the number 1 seed in the WNBA playoffs at that time. So it's just hard to predict.
So root for the Lynx to crumble.
I think the last home game is like 2 days before the last regular season game is like 2 days before that, because the schedule goes later this year because they have to take a month off for the Olympics. But Purdue's
what if they have to play at Seattle?
My second mini bebe sleeps every night with her prowl.
He does.
Stuffy.
She does. Yes.
She does.
I don't know.
But she keeps calling her a him, and I go, she's a her. She plays basketball. She's a lynx.
I think Prowl can be Prowl can be non-binary. There are male lynxes.
I know, but I'm trying to reemphasize there's not a he.
That's right. I think November 9th against San Jose State, I almost certainly can go to. November 23rd against Washington State, I almost certainly can go to. And
the new Civil War.
Yeah, how do you guys feel about that? We're gonna wrap this up because we're getting close to it being very late. But how do you guys feel about that Washington State game? I love Washington State. Yeah, I agree.
The actual Civil War. I still want to call it
like
Battle
I
of the
like.
Besties.
I like getting really like mad at the other team. That's why I really like going to the old Civil War. Is like I just
you
it's
can
like
still,
my
we
chance
won
to
that
just
one.
like be mad.
It's Wazoo.
That one's over. We won.
It's Wazoo.
Yeah, we did
fuck
win.
you today. We're homies and allies 364 other days of the year. But today, and that just it's a different rivalry. Don't try to replace any rivalry with this one.
Oh yeah,
but it's like that's why I think
unique.
Battle of the Besties, because like there are things about Wazoo that annoy me, and they will all come to fruition on that day, and then every other day of the year,
like LeVar Ball.
Everyone else is front and center of who I hate more, and everything. And I always had a great time when I went to Pullman, so it was like
we can call it the Big Ball Bowl.
Big Ball Brawl
and
Bowl. Big
no,
Ball Brawl
Big
Bowl.
Ball
Brawl.
And that would be the BBB. Then we
I
can
still
repurpose
think I think Battle of the Besties is perfect, but I think most of the things I come up with are perfect.
It won't work. It won't work. There's no BBB. Battle
It doesn't have to be BBB.
of the Besties Bowl.
Battle of the Besties Bowl.
I'm excited to meet some new fan bases.
Yeah, me too. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Colorado State could be fun. October 3rd.
We also we shouldn't
Fuck
discuss
you,
it
Colorado
here,
State.
but
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah.
We could get the hookup in Reno because of people we know in Reno.
Who do we know in Reno?
Reno. Roro. My little.
Oh.
That could be fun.
Reno could be fun.
We could spend night at the slots. Maybe we'll see
And
Jonathan again.
Maybe we'll see Jonathan. Was Jonathan from
he was
Reno?
in Vegas. No,
We
he was
them
in Vegas.
boys. Yeah, that was in Vegas.
I've never seen someone try to summon Wiz Khalifa choruses more in public than that guy did,
and win so much money, and also
then lose it all. Right,
so much money. I've never
not
witnessed
after
that
he
in
was
my
throwing
life.
chips to Stevens.
Walk
He
in.
threw me. I threw me like $300.
Walk
Did he?
in to the high
Yeah.
roller lounge wearing very short, very loose fitting soccer shorts and immediately offend every single employee in there the second he opened his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Can't believe it.
And then told him that we're his entourage, and we were like,
I don't want to be.
Got any more of those chips, Jonathan?
Yeah, and he was
Your
like,
entourage
"Here."
all night.
Yeah. Whatever you say, boss.
Hey,
I'm in.
that bought me breakfast the last day of your bachelor party, Benny, which was a hard day for us all.
Oh, I can't wait to do it all over again in March, Terry.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
That's right.
All right.
I'm there.
Well, I think it is now time for us to call it an episode.
To invite
Man,
CJ Giles to Terry's bachelor
I am
party.
excited to play. I'm so excited to play NCAA 25 with CJ Giles at my bachelor party. That's going to be the best part of the whole weekend. Second best will be hanging out with you guys. The third best will be hanging out with Jonathan and him throwing all of his chips at us.
I think you've got
all of it will pale in comparison to our weekend at Reno. With high rolling people that we know because
it's Reno.
Weedon Boys.
Because it's Reno.
JP, please play 5 seconds of Weedon Boys by Wiz Khalifa. An hour and 43 minutes into the episode, and we got you on. This is going to take a month to edit, and I don't care. You did most of it to yourself. Benny, congratulations again on your masterful performance at Fact or Fiction. What a guy.
Thanks.
Look at you.
Ooh, feels good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight.
It means the Blazers will win a championship in the next century.
Okay.
And if that doesn't come to fruition, you can kill me.
I'll take that.
Hell yeah.
Deal.
Episode 146 of the Belligerent Beavs in the books. Thank you so much for listening. Dear listener, dear viewer, dear confidant, dear however you want to label yourself. King, queen, dragon.
Dear.
Obviously. Been watching House of the Dragon, our return to Pacific Northwest Westeros. Very, very exciting. We didn't get into that on the show because we're out of time. My name is Terry Horstman, at Terry Horstman on Twitter and at Terrence Horstman on Instagram.com. Please send me your Bridgerton hot takes as well, as I just finished season 3 and want to talk all things Lady Whistledown. Boom. Honk, honk. Did you guys know that JP has a soundboard now?
Beep, beep.
I am joined, as I always am, by that man with the soundboard, JP Bertram. JP
I'm
Bertram
working on my skills
on Instagram. He's at the Trill J on Twitter. That's at the _Trill_J because he's too trill to be real. And of course, the Fact or Fiction champion added to his list of accolades, Benjamin Lawrence Sebastian Wehage, a.k.a. Benny with the Good Quaff, a.k.a. Benny Bull Game, a.k.a. Benny Bedlam, because he's fucking crazy, folks, a.k.a. Benny Burner, a.k.a. Benny Blastoff, a.k.a. Benny Scoops, even though you haven't scooped anything for a while, though you maybe
I scooped the game.
You scooped the game.
You're calling him
game.
out.
I scooped the game.
I just randomly thought that wasn't an
EA
attack,
Sports.
but you scooped.
We scooped the game.
We
We scooped the game.
And I pooped the game. What?
Oh God, yeah, I know.
And at Benny L on on all of the social media channels. And follow us for gosh darn sake. The guy's not swearing on any podcast episode ever. At Belligerent Beavs on Twitter, at Belligerent Beavs everywhere else. That means Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, MySpace, Friendster, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, maybe.
Yeah, we're selling our socks.
We're selling our socks. We're selling used, unwashed socks on eBay. And they got a real.
Get that
Get
one.
them while they're hot, for real.
Get them while they're hot this summer. And on YouTube and YouTube TV and possibly on your TV. Again, if you have a Belligerent Beavs listening or viewing party, we will thank you somehow.
We'll put you on the episode.
We'll put you on the episode. We'll put you on, yeah. We'll put you on videoly, audioly, whateverly. We'll make it
visually.
Happen. And please take the time, the moment, the second, the breath to rate and review. Leave a 5-star review somewhere and also recommend the show to a friend. It really helps us grow the show a lot. Obviously, we are now in the what some might call the dog days of summer, but we look at it as a unique opportunity to unleash more nonsense, but to gather here in Oregon State community and talk about the Beavs. There'll be a ton of storylines. Like, we're not going to take the same long break that we took last summer.
New unis,
folks. We're going to be around. There are going to be new unis. There'll be position battles to talk about. There'll be more hot takes to talk about. I've got a couple tinfoil hat theories I'm working on, or not really working on, just kind of thinking about that.
Just sticking your head in the microwave.
just sticking my head in the microwave. I'm setting cones in my ear on fire because I heard a doctor once recommended to me that gets rid of the wax and really opens things up, and also
it's really good.
Really opens
makes the nerve endings in the ear more sexual. Someone puts that thing in there. It's like, ooh, do it again.
Yeah,
do it again.
It's pretty nice.
Doctor.
That was nice. Yeah.
It's nice.
It's June 18th. That means we'll be back here probably again before the NBA draft and can make fun of the Blazers some more and wish luck to the Blazers some more. And maybe talk about CJ Giles some more. Who knows?
Who could be on
what
the Blazers?
Factor CJ Giles is on the big board, actually. Rated around the same spot as Bronny James for a spot in the NBA this year. From all of us at the Belligerent Beavs Podcast and belligerentbeavs.com, belligerentbeavs.com/merch. We sincerely thank you for listening. We hope you had a great Father's Day and have had a great June, no doubt, so far, and have a great summer ahead. And we can't wait to connect with you at a game or somewhere in person sometime soon. It's gonna be a great summer, but it's gonna go quick, and then we'll be at football season before you know it. So until that time, until we kick off at Reser Stadium on August 31st, remember, no matter what they do, no matter what they say, no matter what they realign, no matter how much they hate, no one ever can spell chop 'em without hope. So chop 'em.
Chop 'em.
Chop 'em.
And Beavs back, baby.
Hold up. We them boys.